Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to Divian. I am starting a new Minecraft series today and I'm going to be focusing on the Minecolonies mod. I have a few other mods installed. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see which version of the game each thing is from. So if you see something in the game and you're not sure what mod uses it, then you can just have a look at that and see, you know, this is obviously standard Minecraft, this is from Waystones. So if you want to know what a certain thing is, look up the top of the screen to see if you do get a chance to see that mod. If you don't get a chance to see that mod, feel free to comment and ask. This is a custom mod pack that I've made just based on a few of my own personal favorites. So there's a lot of different mods that I'm using in this, just ones that I find I enjoy. But obviously you can play Minecolonies fairly standalone. There are some mods that you do need to have installed along with it, such as Structurize, but you can really add a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So I'm playing the 1.16.5 version of Minecolonies because that is the version that has all of the other mod packs available to it. There's a grizzly bear there. Please don't eat me. We've spawned in a village because I'm using a mod called Village Spawn, and I'm looking for a spot to start a colony. This forest does not really look like a good spot, but I'm going to challenge myself and I'm actually going to start a colony somewhere quite close by. So Minecolonies is a really fun mod where you build, as the name suggests, a colony, kind of like a village. It's really neat. It's really fun. So we've spawned in this village that's in kind of a valley. If you can look, this, by the way, this map is from the mod Journey map. I'll try to put links in the description for all of the mods that I do mention here. So I think I could build a colony here. I would probably just need to clear a lot of trees. I think maybe I'll go down here behind this stable. As much as I would like to build a colony within the village, it's a little bit tricky to do that. The villagers steal your colonists' beds and all sorts of adventures. So I won't be building it here, but I will want to build it nearby because having a village near your colony makes things a lot easier. Please don't hurt me. Ow! Wow, that was quick. Let me just sort out this bear. And the corpse is from the corpse mod, which I will also link below. So we've got our first spawn bag, which has just got some important food and stuff for us. First, we want to get a bit kind of established. So I don't know if I'll actually place my colony in this episode. I might just work on getting sort of set up for it because you need a bit of kind of supplies. When you start a colony, it makes it a lot easier if you start with a bit of stuff in reserve. So this series is going to be mostly focused around the strategy of building a colony and sort of town planning and all that sort of stuff. Building a colony and maintaining a colony is a lot of work. It's quite labor intensive and very, very time consuming. So for every episode that you guys watch, I'll probably have to spend several hours actually collecting stuff. And the grizzly bears are from Alex's Mobs, which is a really, really cool mod. Highly recommend that you get that. Heaps of different animals. Just means there's a few more things out there that want to kill you. This makes life more exciting, you know? So having a good village in support of your colony is super duper helpful and super duper important. You can obviously have a colony without a village accompanying it, but having that village there does make it a little easier to progress. You can trade with the villagers and get better tools and stuff, which will help. And this mod that's causing trees to be cut down like that is HT's Tree Chop. There's certain mods that once you use them, you just can't go back, and HT's Tree Chop is one of those for me. If I'm going to be having a colony near this dark oak forest, or basically cutting down all these trees to build the colony, I think maybe dark oak might be a cool theme to go for, and you'll see what I mean later on when I start. So yeah, very small village. It looks like part of it is off into the trees. So let's go have a look at that and hopefully not get killed by another bear. Okay, here's the bell. We've got a librarian. You'll be handy. We have a florist. We have a forester who wants oak saplings and birch saplings. We've got a golem, another guard. Whoa, what is this? Wow. These all look like different houses. There's a floristry bench. There's another one. Got a bed, chest, some potatoes. I'll take all this stuff. I'm going to do some farming, I think. Got a smithing table, so we'll have a toolsmith at some point. So really today is just about setting the foundation so that we give our colony the best possible start, and you don't give your colony the best possible start by rushing into it. I do need to get some sand because I'm getting thirsty. Let's just head this way. I'm just going to grab some sand. I've got to make a water bottle. Not a very well equipped village. I don't want to tear down any houses or anything to make furnace. Quickly go grab some amount of cobblestone. I'll just use up this pickaxe. This episode's just about setting the foundations. Future episodes will be able to be much more focused on the Minecolonies content. The custom profile on CurseForge that I've put together for this game is just a bunch of mods that I find to be the most not necessarily important because all mods serve a purpose, but the most beneficial or the most fun that I find. So there's ones here that are helpful and ones that I find it very difficult to play without now, which includes the journey map and the Jade mod, which shows what you're looking at. I find those really helpful. And then there's a bunch that are less important and are just fun. So Alex's mobs is, I don't know if I'd call that important, but it is really fun. I would play a game without Alex's mobs, but I probably wouldn't like to play without HT's tree chop and the journey map, for example. I have considered putting a list of all the mods that I've used here in the description of the video, but there's quite a few mods. I'll put up on screen. I haven't actually counted them, but I'll put up on screen now how many mods there are. So let's make some glass bottles, and I'm just going to leave some important stuff here. I'm not ready to plant anything like that yet because I don't have buckets. I'll just leave all my important stuff in case I die. And I'm going to make a stone sword. Won't be the best, but it's better than nothing. I'll take my bread and my apples. I'm just going to have that making charcoal while I'm not here. And let's go fill up these bottles at the well. Okay, the water's not purified, but it's fine. So it looks like it's getting dark, so I won't leave just yet. I'll just use up this axe. Sorry, I just need to borrow your bed for a sec. I'm gonna head back to that cliff face where I was collecting that cobblestone because I think that would be probably a good spot to find ore. So let's go and check out that cliff face, and I reckon I'll find some cave or little nooks that I can go in and do some spelunking just to get the basics. Right, there's a little hole down here that water is flowing into, but there's also some iron down there. Ow. Just gather this iron so that we can make a bucket. So nothing much in here. Grab this coal and the rest of the iron. So I'm thinking of incorporating some time lapses into my channel a bit more. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know that a lot of people like watching time lapses. Let me know if that would be something you'd be interested in seeing. It's not something I'd like to really do in main videos because they can take up quite a lot of time, but they would be something that I'm thinking I'd do alongside when I'm doing a series like this. I'm wondering if it might be fun to have time lapses of mining and building and a little more boring stuff. Oh, hello. Ah, no. Thank you. No, thank you. Not today. I'll have your bones though. Not very much in that cave. Not the number of caves I thought there would be. If I could get up on top of that mountain, there'd probably be caves going down into it. But this is not a caving episode, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. Oh, there's a lot of mobs around me. I'm just going to go with the I can't see, so I'm going to run like hell. All right, we got a literacy bag, 13 paper. So we'll smelt this iron and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. I'm going to run out of food pretty quick. So let's just go around and get some of this. Just get some seeds. I've got enough iron now that I can make a bucket. Not worrying about armor at the moment. I probably should. Now I've got to pick a spot for a farm. I might just do a bunch of little ones kind of all over the village. You want to get a good trading setup with your villagers so that you've got access to cheaper tools, and one of the easiest ways to trade with villagers is always going to be farms. You can also get a Fletcher because they're so good to trade with, but I feel that's kind of too easy. Here's our farm. Next we want to establish a bit of sort of a sheep farm. We already have one sheep here and I know there's more very close, but we only really need 2 and then we can breed them every 5 minutes. I think I'll just extend this field that's here, except that I'll detach it from the house because otherwise a villager can walk through and just open the door and let all my sheep out. So sheep are really good for a source of food, but also when you have a colony, you need wool for a lot of the building. And there's already some hay in this village, which is helpful. Even though they don't have any farms, they have hay. So I'll grab some of that. Now let's go bring back some friends. Let's see how many of these guys I can bring back. So establishing a mine colony at the beginning, you really want to make sure you're getting all your things set up like this, your sheep and farms and sources of stuff like that. Once you start the colony, it just makes it a bit easier if you've already got these sorts of things established, rather than having to kind of pause your colony and go off to find sheep or to go off and find potatoes or whatever. So I'm going to breed you guys, and I'm also going to make some shears. We're going to start stocking up on wool. So this is a good spot for a bed, I think. Just going to make myself a bed so that I've got some options as far as sleeping arrangements. So we've got our farm and we have our sheep. The next thing that's best to set up is some sort of mine. I'll build it here over my setup that I've got. So when I build my colony, I will have miners. They're never as effective as a well-established strip mine. So I could have just gone headlong in and just started a colony, but I really want to make sure that I show you how important it is to set up properly before you do that. Obviously, you won't always spawn in a village. I've got a mod installed that means you do always spawn in a village, and I would recommend it if you're going to be playing Minecolonies. I would say the village spawn point is a really, really good mod to also have installed. It's not necessary, and you can start a colony without having a village sort of accompanying it, but it does make it easier. Basic building. This is our little mine building. So I'm going to make this a ladder mine. So just straight down. Not the safest way of mining, but it's the quickest. So I'm going to just quickly dig down to Y11. Found myself in a mine shaft. Right, I'm going to continue downwards. I will come back to this though. Whoops. Found myself in another level of mine shaft. Alright, we're now at Y11. Alright, so this is where I'll establish a mine. And I'll do my usual way of mining. I make a 3x3 tunnel. And then I strip mine off the sides of it. So there'll be a tunnel there and a tunnel there, etc, etc. Let's go back up to the surface now that I've showed you that. So it's the end of a day, nice and peaceful. My plans are to spend some time in between this episode and next. I'll get some mining done and clear these trees. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you have a look at the links in the description. I'll link the Minecolonies main mod there. Just be aware of any dependencies that you also need to have in order to run the mod pack. And I'll also link the main mods that I have mentioned in this episode, but make sure you check out my other content, particularly my other Minecraft content. I have another Minecraft series, the medieval Minecraft mod pack, which is quite challenging and is the place where I got most of these mods from. I also do Sims and other things, so make sure you go and check those out. And I hope you'll subscribe so that you can keep an eye on this series and watch our colony grow. We haven't started our colony yet, but I promise that will be happening in the next episode. So if you're interested, please subscribe and like this video so I've got an idea of how popular this idea is going to be. And I would really, really like it also if you're an avid Minecraft player of modded Minecraft, chuck a link or a name of a mod in the comments that you really like and that you cannot play without. I'll check all of them out, and if there's anything that's really cool that I really like the look of for this particular series, I'll add it along the way. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next time when we'll get our colony established. Thanks.